Why, good morning, you all. Well, I don't know when you're going to see this, but it's morning when I'm filming. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, in the words of the Truman Show. It's time for another underrated. Maybe I put a. Okay, don't mind me right there. Anyway, it's time for another underrated. This time we're going to talk about sandalwood. I have been having a sandalwood moment. So I wanted to share it with you all. And sandalwood is kind of slowly, sort of having a moment. Not a big moment, but a moment. So let's talk about sandalwood fragrances. All right, so let's talk about sandalwood. Now, for me, sandalwood, the actual wood, I've always had sandalwood, the essential oil, so I kind of know what sandalwood smells like. In perfumery, people talk about it smelling creamy and things. For me, it's a woody sweetness. True sandalwood has the sweetness to it. I guess it can become creamy. I don't pick up the creaminess in it. What I smell is when I smell the sweetness of sandalwood, usually I pick up on that woodiness, that specific woodiness of sandalwood. So let's talk about the fragrances I have. Now, the interesting thing is, all the fragrances, except for one, are called Santal. Because I think that if you're going to be like frou-frou about it, it has to be called Santal. Santal, which is, of course, a different way of saying sandalwood. So we're going to get started. All right. So we're going to start out with the one that isn't called Santal. And this is Atardecer in Los Jardins. Yeah, it's a long name. It is by Loewe. I'm going to try to make sure I put all these notes up here so you all can see what the notes are. But this is a sandalwood. It has oud in it. What it really is on me is it is rose, it has sandalwood, and it has this ambery dry down. Um, Now, it's this really beautiful fragrance. And I'll be honest, whenever I wear it, it's a standout. People always ask me what it is. I always get complimented on it. But that's not why I love it, because the sandalwood is there. You get the rose, you get the florals, because it is a floral on me, but that sandalwood it gives it this sweet floralness to it. It gives a sweetness and this woodiness. Now, the oud is there, but it's well blended. It's not skanky. Works really well with that sandalwood. And as it dries down, you get that amber. Oh, and let me tell you, let me just say this. It lasts and it has a serious sillage because when I first got this, my room was in this down this little hallway. They call it the chutes in my old school, and it would fill up that chute. I'd be walking, and people, what is that? So it would fill up that chute. So it has a really strong sillage. Now, of course, I am an oversprayer. Let's just make that clear. And it lasts all day because people would smell it on me all day long. So this is Atardecer in Los Jardins. That I'm gonna put all these names in the description box. I promise. I'm gonna be better about that. Sometimes I don't because I I I do the videos and I'm trying to get them out at a certain time and I get caught up in my life and yeah, you know how it is. But this I'm gonna get it to you. All right. Now we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna start y'all out with the most affordable one. And this is Santal Supreme by Le Monde Gourmand. It's so funny because I had some Le Monde Gourmands. I got rid of all of them. But I saw a couple and I decided to, get them here and there. Every once in a while I pick them up. Now, people say this is a dupe because everybody want to say some shit's a dupe for something else. And they say this is a dupe for Santal 33 by Le Labo. We have it upstairs. I could get it. That is one of Brandon's favorite fragrances, child. But here, I'm gonna say this. It does have some similarities to it, but it isn't a dupe. It is similar. Let me say that. It is similar. This is a lot. Honestly, it's not as heavy as Santal 33. There's a little lightness to it. This is more musky and it's not as spicy. So I actually like this better. I'm just saying. So, because like Santal 33 is leathery and everything. Santal 33, plus I'm kind of over it, but I like this one. This is a really good sandalwood for the spring and summer and maybe like early fall because it's got a lightness to it. So this is Santal Supreme. Oh, I'm so sorry. All right, next up is this. Oh, I forgot to grab one. All right, next up is Santal by Maison Lancome. This again is one of those rarely talked about fragrances from the Maison Lancome line. Few people talked about it. It really wasn't something that was really talked about by anybody, male or female. I actually saw a few more women talk about it than men, but this is a spicier sandalwood. It has cardamom in it. It has a little pink pepper. It's got a little booziness to it. It is a really great sandalwood fragrance. I really like it. It has orange blossom in it. It's You'd have to smell it to understand it, but it is really quite fetching. It is unisex. I think anybody could wear this. I don't know why men didn't even pick up on it because it's a really unisex fragrance. I think this would be a really cool, white t-shirt vibe and jeans vibe on a man because it's just got this kind of like chill, relaxed vibe to it. Kind of cozy, kind of warm for the fall. But yeah, this is and the sandalwood is very well done. I mean, this is a Lancome. It is part of the Maison Lancome line, so it is well done and very well blended. The sandalwood is giving that sweet woodiness, and then it's got some patchouli in it, so it blends together well. Love this. It is so underrated. Love Santal Cardamom. And then we have I was waiting for this. Y'all, Attar collection is so underrated. I will be doing my whole collection again soon. This is Flor Des Santal. So, this I have to love the wine anyway, the house anyway. But this is what it says it is. It was flowers and sandalwood. For me, this is what I get. When I sniff it, I smell the sandalwood. And when I say sandalwood, I mean sandalwood. I get that beautiful woodiness of sandalwood. People, is it creamy? I guess it's got that sandalwood woodiness. I guess that's a creaminess. I don't know. But it gives me that sandalwood vibe. It then gives me, on top of it, it gives me this gorgeous florals to it, but it does have like some fruity. It's got like a pear to give it a slight sweetness, but what I get is just like these beautiful florals. They're not like, oh, let me pick one and say one. It's just a beautiful florals with a little spiciness and like a little juicy spiciness, because the pear is not coming off too sweet. It's just kind of like balancing out everything. It's kind of like working with the sweetness of the sandalwood. This is so good. And I will say this, Flor Des Santal is also unisex. Even though this is on the female bottles from Attar, a man can wear this too, because this doesn't lean too feminine. The sandalwood, the woodiness of it makes it very unisex. So I would say this is great. All right. So, of course, I look different than I did a second ago, right? Well, that is because if you noticed, the audio was off and it just got worse and worse. So I had to, cut out the audio for these last fragrances.
And then it's the end of the day, a couple of days late, a few days later, and I went and got my hair done. Now, I will say this, I went and got my hair, silk press season has begun, and I'm going, to a concert. And I got a trim, and I still didn't know my hair was this long. I was looking at the back. Oh my God, y'all see how long? Whew. Okay, well, anywho, let's just take a moment for this hair. Okay, anyway, let's get started. So we're going to continue on with Santal Royal by Guerlain. I forget what collection this is from, but there's actually a few iterations of Santal Royal. So this is one. I can't remember which one. This is a little bit older, but this is an oud and rose fragrance. Now, it does have a lot of other notes in it. It does have peach and it has cinnamon. So it has a little spiciness to it and a little peach in the beginning. But honestly, it is a strong oud and rose fragrance. Now, let me tell you, this is perfectly unisex, but leans a little more masculine. I will say that. It's unisex, but it does lean masculine. And this is a boss fragrance. Who's ever wearing this, you are a boss in it. This is on a man. This is a boss fragrance. This is wearing a suit, very BDE. It's giving big dick energy. It is very commands attention. On a woman, you are a boss. You are corporate attorney. You are doing, you are about making moves. This is a fragrance that is not for a shy person. This is not for a person who is not willing, who is not ready for people to notice them and to, turn heads and command attention. It can be, let me take these glasses off because I'm seeing that glare. It can also be an intimidating fragrance because of the strong oud and rose that it has and the other notes in it, because this is a very strong, very woody fragrance. The sandalwood is very strong. The oud and the sandalwood are very prominent and gives it a very woody, beautiful scent. And the oud and the rose is very, very potent. It is a very, it's like I said, it is a boss fragrance. So this is Santal Royal. Now I have two fragrances with the exact same name, but a little bit different. So we're going to start off with Van Cleef and Arpels, and this is Santal Blanc. Now this is from the collection Extraordinaire. This is a fig base. This is a very, how do I want to say? This is a clean, fresh fragrance, but it has a fig base to it. And the sandalwood is very clean. You get the sandalwood, but in the beginning, you get this really gorgeous fig. Slightly woody fig, but you still get the flesh of the fig. And you get that sandalwood as you dry down, and it's giving you that woodiness. But it also has a muskiness to it. It is really a clean aesthetic. This is, as the white bottle, it definitely vibes with the white bottle. It's a very clean aesthetic, very clean aesthetic. So this is Santal Blanc by Van Cleef and Arpels. Now this other Santal Blanc gets absolutely, listen, I looked this up. No one talks about it. This brand has another Santal that always gets talked about, but this one never does. I luckily had a sample of it, tried it, and fell in love with it. And this is Santal Blanc by Serge Lutens. This has a little bit of spiciness to it, but this is another one. This has musk, this has vetiver. This is just the cleanest, just prettiest, beautiful sandalwood. It's a clean, crisp sandalwood. It is definitely giving you some white to sandalwood. It is so refreshing. These two are spring, summer favorites. If you like clean white t-shirt, just, just easy breezy. I'm going out. I don't want, where you want to have a effortless chic vibe where you smell good, but you smell like you didn't even try hard, where you didn't even, like it smells like almost like this is just like your soap and your lotion, and you didn't even put on perfume or anything or fragrance. This is just you just, walking out the door, just going shopping, or just going, out for a few minutes, and you didn't even really work that hard at it. You got your flip-flops on, you got your little, this is like when I'm wearing either one of these, when I'm wearing my favorite, little summer dress, one of my summer dresses that I just, put on with some flip-flops and run out the door. That's what Santal Blanc is for. That's what these are for. All right. So now that I was able to get because honey, you could not hear a thing I said before. These are my sandalwoods. Tell me some of your favorite sandalwoods. Oh, but wait, I forgot. These are the underrateds. There's a giveaway. So let's talk about the giveaway. As always, of course, you will get 5 ml decants of all the fragrances discussed. To be a part of it, you have to be a subscriber. Put in the comments some of your favorite sandalwood fragrances and put a house in the emoji in there. Houses made of wood. Some are made of brick, but let's just go with the houses made of wood. The wood house, wood, sandalwood. You go see where I'm going with this? There we go. As always, be bold, be brave, be fearless, be free. Talk to you later.